All right, let's get started. Welcome. Thank you for coming, my brothers and sisters of marketing. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate you sharing time with me today. So today, I'm going to welcome you to eoJourneys, from good to great, how to elevate your email campaigns, put them on autopilot with automatic drips. This webinar is about journeys and how you can use them to automate your workflows and how you can create dynamic campaigns and automated marketing. Journeys are drip campaigns, so automated messaging, automated emails sent based on your client's interaction with your engagement or with your forms, or they start in a number of ways. So what's a journey? You might know journeys as automated drips. You can call them a lot of different things, but they are journeys that are generated based on triggers and send specific information to specific clients based on what they're clicking on in your marketing. Best use cases that we see for journeys in our industry, and you'll have your own, is creating dynamic end of lease campaigns, onboarding new customers. So you can actually pivot off of your data and start an automated set of emails that go out to your customers, let's say when their lease is up in 180 days. Or maybe you sold a customer a new piece of equipment, you want to onboard them with a letter from the president or a message from your service manager and introduce your clients. You want to get total wallet share from your customers. You want to upsell them so you can create lists and campaigns, automated campaigns to engage with your clients and make sure that you're able to really upsell them into everything that you offer. And you can do this off the data that you have in your ERPs. And you can create vertical campaigns, target healthcare, target K through 12. So you'll see how this all kind of works. So some of the things just to think about for your journeys: make sure they're segmented and very highly targeted. Keep them short, 4 to 5 emails. You can go longer as you learn more, but in the beginning, keep them short. Set your automated triggers. Timing matters on these things. Make sure that you're sending the emails at the right time to the right person with that right message, and make sure all of your emails have a call to action, and keep your branding consistent, especially in a drip campaign where you're really trying to create that consistency, right? Quick overview of kind of what a journey looks like. It comes with a starting point, could be a list. It could have been something somebody clicked on. This is the main one that people use, starting it with a list, then sending them a piece of content, then choosing what you're going to do if that person engages, if they click on something or open it. What's the next action? Are you going to send them something else? Are you possibly going to send them down a different path if they don't click and you want to send them more propaganda? So that's what building a journey looks like, and it's really endless. For those of you who are Evolved Office users, you know about our content. If you're not an Evolved Office user, we want you to know that the journey content creation is already done for you. We've got a library of end of lease campaigns, onboarding campaigns about everything that you can then use to build out your journey, or use our ideas and customize them. But built into the platform, as you build out the journey, you don't have to create the content. You're just going to use the drop and drag and bring your content into the journey. This is to give you an idea what a journey kind of might look like, but it's going to be keeping your header the same, the footers, making sure that your messaging looks consistent. But this might be a journey that you would use to tell your customers about all the different things that you do, right? Maybe you're going to send them something about your managed print, then your doc management, then your data backup. But Evolved Office dynamically replaces the headers and footers. And then with the drop and drag editor, you can customize them. So building a journey, it starts with a list, and then you can start putting these different pieces in it. You can add a delay. You pull the content down from our platform. You have access to that whole content library through the journey, so you can access everything you can see when you go into the eShot library that I just showed you. You can actually access through the journey and drop. You can see where we've dropped our emails into all those spots, and that's what it's going to follow based on the conditions that we set here, whether they clicked on it, whether they opened it, what they did. And you can continue to build that tree out. So that's really how these things work. And then you have your ending points and you know what to do kind of next with those people. Just a quick overview so you understand how these things kind of work is the scoring part, which is really important because probably the biggest thing that people ask you, hey, how do I track my ROI? How do I know if it's working? I mean, I've always built my products off of that. Evolved Office point scores every click, every open, every download, everything that people could do to engage with your content. You score it towards a category, to the user, so you know who that user was who engaged with the content. We have this really simple scoring system for opens and clicks and downloads, and then it drives through to a list. You look at your ransomware content, your ransomware campaigns, and you'll see who your most interested ransomware people, and you can export that list out, divvy it up to salespeople, upload it to your own ERP. And within the system, you can tell how your success is going by people dropping into different buckets, right? So I can create a bucket here called hot leads and hand them off to my salespeople. So that's kind of how this works. So one of the most important things for us is integrations. So, today we've covered a lot of stuff that have to do with automations, but integrating the automations with the integrations is really where this takes off. So we have direct apps with Agent Dealer and Salesforce, Sales Chain and Compass. So passes the information. You don't upload lists. We're a part of that application. Okay, so this is how you would go about leveraging and using Evolved Office, whether it's, no matter what your ERP is. I'm showing you Salesforce because it's the one I have kind of built out for my demos. But let me just kind of show you how this works. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to have workflow settings that you're going to set. And these settings are the triggers to set tasks and deals based on engagement. So I'm going to set this that every time somebody clicks or opens my email, it's going to create a task for my salesperson to follow up. And you can choose to do this by opens and clicks, or you can choose to do it by points. So either way, it's going to score based on your categories, who's clicking on what, create a task, and drive that back into the CRM. You can also score over a lifetime. That's what this does. As soon as somebody hits a certain amount of points in a particular category, it will create, again, a task or a deal. And you don't ever have to worry about going in and creating those. It's done based on the rules that you set up and the engagement with the content. So once that's done, you're going to go in and you're going to build out a campaign. And we've been talking a lot about end of lease campaigns. So I'm going to kind of replicate that, right? So let's call this end of lease webinar. That's really all you have to do on that side. Now, this is where things are really dynamic inside of integrations. Now, whether you're using Salesforce, Agent Dealer, Sales Chain, even Compass, they all have the ability to do this. This is our tool that we have built within Salesforce that gives you the ability to just drill in and create really, this is where you get into the targeted list piece of the product, right? So what I'm able to do here is I can add a filter, and I'm going to filter off of my equipment object. You guys might call them different things, but off of my equipment, I'm going to create a lookup of my customers whose leases are expiring in the next 180 days. So I'm going to choose lease expiration date equals next 180 days. And I click done. And then I apply the filter. And these people, all these companies have leases expiring. All I do is I click add to EO campaign, and then I'm going to dump them into the campaign that we set up here, end of lease webinar. Once they're in there, I hit add to campaign, and now that's going to be pushed over into Evolved Office. That's what you have to do in your ERP. It takes me a much longer time to demo it. That's going to take you to do it. It's minutes to do a lookup and create a campaign list. You could pivot off of any data in your CRM and create a list. So now if you go over into Evolved Office, and we go to our contacts, and there's our end of lease list. There's one of them in here. But you'll have to trust me, the end of lease list will be in here. I just don't see. I think it might be this one. But what that's going to do is the next step, that starts the journey. So we're going to create it. I'm going to show you how you create a new journey. I can choose what days I'm going to send this journey on. Do I want to send? I never send anything on Mondays and Fridays. I don't even really do Wednesdays. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I send my stuff from 9 to 11 a.m. And that's just my own thing. You can do them however. Then how is my journey going to start? It's going to start up from a list. That list we created in our CRM. And what we're going to do here is choose that list. Here's the list we made. Look at choose it. And that is now the starting point of a journey. And now you build out your journey. And I'm not going to go through this because I showed you how to do it in the last, one, but I just want to see that's kind of how it works. And then you can go into the product library and grab a piece of content and use it. And it is now part of your journey. So it's now the first thing, and that will be the one you get. And then take them on down through the journey. So that just shows you really kind of the power of the integration, the automation. So for more information about how you can integrate with our partners, here's some QR codes. If you want to scan those, I'll leave that up for a second. The tool's very, very powerful. There's so many uses for journeys. When you integrate them with your CRM, they just are boosted. You can make all those journeys dynamic. You never have to go in and reset them to run. So grab those QR codes. If not, reach out to me. I can hook you up with those people. Just one final kind of cleanup thing. What we are, Evolved Office, we are a one-stop shop for your marketing. We provide the marketing platform, and automation is our flagship, but we also provide website creation, SEO, PPC, you name it. Our platform has personalized video messaging and forms. So if you're interested in really learning more about the complete solution and you weren't just, you were here for the journeys, I'd love to reach out to you. And here is my QR code to schedule a chat and hop on my Calendly. I'll leave this up for a few minutes and I will open the floor to some questions. So the first question is, are you going to share your screen? So if anybody else has any other questions, yeah, I really apologize for my technical guffaw there. Question is, how many journeys can I build out in Evolved Office? Is there a limit? No, there's no limit. You can build as many journeys as you can come up with. And we'd love to know about them. And we'd love to see the ideas and how people are using it and give us feedback on the tool, because, nothing is more important than, improving the product based on our clients' input. Any other questions? Okay, let's see. There we go. There's the QR code. Somebody said covering your screen. Reps get directly notified when their contacts reaches a certain engagement level. Yes, built within Evolved Office as well as into each of our apps is the ability for your reps to get notification. Now, some of that could just be built on your site through workflows. We give you some basic tools to do that. All right. Well, with that, I appreciate everybody's attendance. Oh, that's it. Hold on. I got another question popped up here. What's the process of customizing email content based on their engagement? So everything is tagged in the system based on the tags that you set up in your content. You can send the recipient down a different journey or a different campaign. So you could have them go down a different leg in your drip, or remove them from that, end them, and send them into a different drip campaign. So everything is triggered off of the things that you set up in your link setting when you're using the categories. We will email you a copy of this recording without the entire starting of it, where my screen wasn't being shared. But we will put together a nice presentation for you to be able to see this. And I'm probably going to reproduce this webinar again in the next couple of days for the people who left because of the technical difficulties. See this, and I'm probably going to reproduce this webinar again in the next couple of days for the people who left because of the technical difficulties. All right, awesome. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and look forward to talking to you about eoJourneys and Evolved Office in general. Thank you.